the forthcoming governorship elections in Kogi, Imo, and Bayelsa states, the national chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, that's Professor Mahmood Yakubu, has stated that the commission learned some lessons from the 2023 general election. He promised that there would be an improvement in the upcoming gubernatorial polls. He added that the commission was satisfied with the feedback it got during the 2023 post-election review organized by the electoral body. Arise analyst Dayo Sobowale joins us now to discuss INEC's claim that lessons learned about 2023 general election will help in preparations for the off-season governorship polls in Kogi, Imo, Bayelsa states. And he'll also be discussing the improvements he expects to see in the polls in the states. Good afternoon, Mr. Sobowale. It's wonderful to have you.
It's a pleasure, being as usual.
Of course.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Well, if we look, at INEC's pattern, it seems that what we've seen is they promise heaven and earth figuratively, and they tend to not deliver as promised, then apologize and say, oh, we'll do a lot better. Now, considering the financial investment that goes into these elections, how long can this pattern continue to play out?
Well, I don't want to dwell on spilled milk.
Okay.
But they say spilled milk, not all the forces in the world can gather it together. INEC has promised. You can only talk on what INEC has promised. And it has promised to improve. As long as it's still the same INEC, you can have doubts, but you can always allow them opportunity to do better. But what I will say is this: the elections have gone. Before the last 2023 elections, we thought they had learned from the same set of elections that we are about to have. But then it seems we all overgeneralized. Because when the big one came, there were so many lapses. But now, INEC has gathered its admin officers together and has admitted that they made mistakes, that they should rededicate themselves, they should improve themselves to perform better. Well, it's only when an opportunity comes, see, that we can know what they will do or they will live to their billing. I don't want to get rhetorical, wondering if they will perform better or not. You see, the government is there. Although the government is hamstrung now, because their cases in court. INEC too is hamstrung, because their cases in court. But then, my only little contribution, apart from administrative review, is that this body is in a position to learn from the court cases on which government has been given for and against it, and plug loopholes on the side of the law. And when it made the administrative officers, man, once you say that people should dedicate and improve, it means there are lapses, obvious lapses. I don't want to go into that. They are still there. And like a court judgment said, say if you give a body authority to do something, then you must allow it discretion to do it the way it wants to do it. That's a court case. That's a judgment. Now, even INEC, you see, the bitter thing about the last election was the sequence of putting up the result electronically and then announcement. Now, INEC has said, we all expected it to be done automatically, and that before the announcement, we'll have seen the electronic something. But that was not what happened. And that was what INEC said. You get me? That it is not bound to sequentially put up the result electronically, automatically, and that the announcement does not need to come before posting up.
No, that was not what they said. That was not what INEC said.
That was
pre-elections.
Have you not been listening to me?
No, we said no, because the reason
have
why
you not been listening?
I have been listening to you astutely. Yeah, but what I'm saying is, what I'm trying to point out is, you've mentioned INEC and and you're not trying to, like you say, you're not trying to draw or probably take us back to what happened in the general elections of 2023.
So what do you want to do?
But at the same time, looking at it from both sides, number one being...
Who are the both sides?
No, I'm trying to postulate something now.
No,
looking
who
at
are
it from
the both sides?
As I'm saying, looking at it from both sides of the argument.
Which
that
argument?
is for
you have
those,
not even started an argument. I've just given the narrative.
Okay, so
and you are not listening.
I have listened.
You are not listening.
Okay, let me just try. So let me just try and establish, or probably just take this another direction. First of all, you mentioned what has happened. Well, let bygones be bygones, so to speak. But for people that were, so to, but would I put it, technically disenfranchised, based on the fact that INEC made a promise to Nigerians time and time again before the elections.
You are getting
let me try and finish.
Look at the brief.
Wait, let me try and finish.
Lessons to be learned.
Yes, let me try and finish. Sometimes
dwell on that.
Sometimes that might not be good enough. Just say lessons. We have to learn lessons and just move on, because these are lives that have been affected here.
This brief here is a postmortem.
Yeah.
A postmortem of our
not just postmortem alone. This is almost like forecasting into the future and what to expect from INEC. INEC. So you've not allowed me to land on my first question, but for the brevity of time, permit me to go into my second now.
How can I make a narrative?
INEC has never had issues. INEC has never had issues with the off-cycle elections. They've never had issues. As a matter of fact, the whole Beavers was tested and they performed
precisely what I said. You are repeating what I said. You are not here.
Sorry to interrupt.
You are not here.